Good afternoon, fans of Hyrule. We are here with week 6 of the War for Hyrule between the Hyrule Guards and Ganons Forces. As you can see, we have Radical Sniper 99 versus Structural Mike here on the restream. My name is Furious Prince, and I am joined tonight by this afternoon with my tracker Malmo. The mode we're going to be playing is going to be Influkeys, which is inverted starting flute with key sanity as the mode. We should be starting off here in just a little bit. All right, and we are off. Finding a small key to Castle Tower right off the jump. For those who have never played Inverted before, it does change the logic on how you want to start off. So obviously, you're going to start off at Link's house, probably do South Shore as Structural Mike's heading over to Stumpy. Taking with that. With that starting flute, they are also able to come over here to Meyer Shed and check that, as well as seeing what our starting medallion is there. Didn't see it on Jesse's side. Alright, so Meyer's going to be Ether. Small key to Swamp there. And a big key to Ice Palace. A lot of keys so early on. A little bit of a divergence. Jesse's going to head into Thieves Town while Mike goes over and checks C-shaped house. Flipper's there in the second check of Thieves Town. And the mirror in Bombable Hut. Mike having to go and farm bombs there for a second, but paying off big with that mirror. All right, let's see if Hype Cave is truly hyped today. Small key to Dark Palace. Compass to Thieves, a big key to Desert, and a small key to Ganon's Tower. I would say that's just mediocre, not very hype, but gave us what we needed. Thank you, chat, for keeping our tracker honest. Jesse taking the Death Warp there in Skull Woods. Oh, I don't think that one was intentional. Mike finding the old man in the dark. Thank you, Rick, for telling me that that was bomb farming. I did completely miss that he grabbed the bombs from it the second time. Mike also about to find his slippers here in a couple seconds. I do apologize, I had something else. I did find the Moon Pearl there at Pot Prison. Jesse about to go and find his keys here in Hype Cave. Right now it's just a little bit of cleanup that the others have already done. Looks like Mike's going to be our first one over to the pod area. And Jesse's going to give us our first look at Dig Game. Mike did not have the rupees to go and do this earlier, so we are going to see this for the first time. That's a whole lot of money there. To answer the question in chat, there were no keys in Skullwoods. Ooh, the lamp right there on Shooter Chest and Pod. I bet Mike's wishing that he had that before heading up to the mountain. That is a fair statement, but it would have gotten him through the old man a little bit quicker than what it did. Because he had no weapons, no bombs, no lamp. And that just makes the dark process a lot harder. Excellent mimic clip there. Both runners now in pod. Jesse's about ready to find his lamp as well. Alright, Mike's just going to go and skip Aga for now, locking that sword that Jesse found on Pyramid Ledge. Is going to have to run past the Lionels using bomb strats to go and grab iframes. We are going to see what Turtle Rock is, and Turtle Rock's medallion is going to be Quake. So we need at least we need the 2 medallions just to go and finish the game, most likely, depending on crystals and pendants. That is also very true. With inverted, front of TR is not hard required. You can just skip right past it, possibly go to Laser Bridge. Right, I do think Jesse now realizes that the only thing that they have left is probably going up to Castle Tower. They have a sword, they have the mirror, the lamp, and they haven't been up there just yet, so looks like we are going to see that play once he grabs Old Man. Alright, Mike is about ready to grab his sword, and then I believe we will also see Mike head up to the castle tower on the mountain. Angry sword slashes. Alright, Mike is going to be the first to enter Castle Tower. He's going to have to play it a little bit safer. And we are going to find Bombos, so where does that take us? Thank you, chat, for pointing out that Ice Palace is indeed in play with Inverted. Just making their way into Ice Palace. Small key to Castle Tower. So there is the second Castle Tower small key, so we can go finish Aga. Mike is back here in Castle Tower and going, no, I don't want to play with you guys again. Let's just use bombos. Unfortunately, if this was not keys, that would be 100% true. I guess it is in this case because there are only one chance left. And I apologize, I misspoke. I was thinking about that guard dropping the key, not a chest. Alright, Mike makes it into Aga. Drop your numbers on how many blue balls Mike will go and get. There's one. There's two. Three. Four. Alright, and Aga is down with a pair of 4 blue balls. Ray robbing the uncle for $20. And a big key to Tower of Hera. Jesse now entering his Aga fight. It appears that way, Malmo. Alright, mail upgrade. And that's it. Alright, and over on Jesse's side, he's also now entered the Light World. Hook shot, right there in Sanctuary. Jesse also grabbing the Tower of Harabiki. And while we have this time, I just want to go and say, give both these runners a follow. They're putting on this amazing race for you, and we still have a lot more of War for Hyrule to come following this. There's another race coming on in a couple hours, actually. So be sure to tune in for that. There is an ice rod on Graveyard Ledge. Or not Graveyard Ledge, I apologize. Lumberjack Ledge. And a big key to Turtle Rock. Oh my god, there's the hammer right in Zelda's cell. So Mike did skip out on that. We might see him come back for that, but he will have to find the small key to Hyrule Castle. That may have just put Jesse back into this. Mike picking up a small key to Ice Palace will be really useful whenever he goes back. Mike finding the shovel. Jesse learning that Swamp Palace and Eastern, I believe that's what Turtle Rock are red pendant, or red crystals. I saw Mike get the compass for Eastern and had Eastern on the brain. Alright, a mushroom. Jesse doing the responsible thing and finding that shield. And Mike getting the small key to Hyrule Castle. So we may see that hammer a little bit sooner than I thought. Dark Palace small key. Yeah, to just recap that, Mike's probably not going to go immediately to Zelda Cell, but eventually he will be bottlenecked into checking there. So he'll know eventually that there is an item there. And having the small key this early just kind of puts that bug, alright, I gotta remember to go check Zelda Cell. But it is a very long time down there for one item. Jesse finding a bottle before heading into Keck. Oh, there's Boots. Speaking of Boots, Mamo. And we know there was a small key on library, so you might see Mike go check that as well shortly. Yes, that's another thing. We gotta remember there is an ice rod still on Lumberjack Ledge. And this mysterious small key leads to Skullwoods. Alright, and there's blue mail for Jesse. We do know that he'll find red mail when he goes to the back of Hyrule Castle. Eventually. Just a lot of love from the grumpfish. Or the kingfish. Mike also grabbing that small for pod. Alright, Mike is choosing to go straight into Swamp Palace with that small key and hookshot in hand. Finding the big heated pod in the first check. Half magic is not a bad find at all. Just some more love from Sit Kid. I hope he washed it first. That is an interesting question brought up in chat. I did notice the same thing. He did save and quit and was sent to Dark World. Mike finding the small key to Desert. And a small key to Pod. Unfortunately, with Jesse not having that mirror, also picking up the Turtle Rock Big Key, with Jesse not having that mirror, this does set him back quite a bit to Mike. Picking up that Ice Palace small key as well. Just about to learn the cold hard truth that the ice rod is on Lumberjack Ledge. Pun completely intended. So far, there wasn't much of note other than those two small keys in the back of Swamp Palace. As far as I saw, he did not. I think his plan is to go back. Or he's just continuing on. Although he would still need boots for Tomb Raider, wouldn't he? And Argus goes down for Mike. And we find a small key. The Skullwoods. Jesse about to get red mail here in a moment, as he enters the back of his cave. Looks like Mike's going to be heading over to Eastern. Or possibly water checks. There's the red mail for Jesse. And there's the hook shot for Jesse. Alright, it does look like we are seeing even more divergence. Jesse's deciding that he wants to go up the mountain. Might get that bottle from Ice Rock Kid. Thank you, Malmo, for that. And I just want to say again, go ahead and give these runners a follow. Also give my tracker, Malmo, Malmo World a follow. They worked hard to put this entire tournament and race together. Oh, we found powder. There's another check. Mike about ready to grab Ice Frog. Jesse has found the book. Jesse is literate. And a small key to Turtle Rock. And the big key to Ganon's Tower. Another small key to TR found by Jesse. I believe that puts him at 3. Mike is now purple. To tell you the truth, Malmo, there is a lot of keys. I may be wrong myself. I guess we'll find out shortly. Oh, unfortunate for Jesse. It does find a small key to Ice Palace. Ooh. That's a bee in a bottle right there. There's a glove. Like finding that hammer. Down goes Moldorm. Down goes Moldorm. For a pendant. That hammer also does still leave Mike with the advantage, because now he can just check all of Death Mountain, both light and dark, with that hookshot, mirror, hammer. Jesse not having that mirror is only going to let him check the light world. I agree. I think I might have missed the cape as well. It is, yep. Spike Cave is still possible. They do have a lot of hearts, and both have a blue potion. So Spike Cave is still within the realm of possibility, even without an invincibility item. It's just not in logic. Alright, we are seeing our full look. It looks like Meyer is green pendant. Ether. That's Meyer access. And a small key to Charter Rock. We do have a map to one of them. I just never saw on Jesse's map check earlier what was what. Mike grabbing that glove now as well. Looks like Jesse is taking the advice and going straight to desert, knowing that it is fully clearable. Alright, there's 2 bosses down for Mike. Only one of them actually matters, though. There was a big key. It's the big key to Pod. Was in the first check of Swamp Palace. Alright, so Desert is a crystal, and that makes Eastern our last pendant. Mysterious small key on Desert Ledge. Speaking of cape, unfortunately Jesse does not have the boots because he does not have the mirror, so we are locked out of that. But the small key of Thief's Stone, break it. Okay, so Jesse just found his last Turtle Rock Small. Like finding a small key in the pod. If Mike can find a bow, this does let him do a majority of pod, including beating it. Meanwhile, over on Jesse's side, he just beat Moldor. So that's 2 bosses down for Jesse. Jesse deciding to head right back into Ice Palace. This is one of those times we probably do want a runner to be bottlenecked into fighting the important item. Mike finding the big key of Small Woods, or Skull Woods. And the Master Sword. That small key from Swamp really paying off now. God, I hope not, Malmo, because that also means it was left side Swamp. Finding their last key to Turtle Rock. And Jesse gonna have to fight Cold Stare with the hammer. In a way, you could say this is one of the coolest fights in the game. Oh, come on, chat. You don't have to be so cold. Alright, Cold Stare is down as Mike enters his landmill fight. While Jesse stayed calm, cool, and collected, Mike is trying to do this with a dry sense of humor. Alright, and Landmo goes down on Mike's side as well. Alright, 300. Piece of heart. Piece of heart. Nothing in the closet. Mirror was in the first 5 minutes. It was in the bombable hut in Village of Outcast. The problem was Jesse did not have bombs to go grab it, and I just think he forgot about it at this point. Ooh. Is this even randomized? French vanilla big key in Eastern. Oh, there's Swamp Big Key. Unfortunately, still locked without that mirror. To answer the question in chat, I believe the battleground is Skull Woods, and I think that the mode is definitely Influkeys, which is inverted starting flute with key sanity. This is week 6 of War for Hyrule. Alright, looks like Mike has decided that cooler heads need to prevail after going to desert, but Jesse's just deciding that he would rather wallow in misery. Someone grab Mike some other brand of tissues, because I don't think he likes puffs very much. Alright, and with that, Cold Stare is down for both runners. Jesse finding the second shield there in Misery Mire. French Vanilla Samaria there in Misery Mire as well. Big key to Mire. Just one check over from its vanilla location. What is this Misery Mire right now? It does mean that we will have Green Pendant probably by the end of this, because now he can just full clear Mire. Mike finding a small key to GT. bow? Like finding a tempered sword in the basement of Pod. Juicetown has juice, but Pod has the carrot sword. Yeah, even finding a bow, this fight is not going to be enjoyable. Not having the boots to grab the cape from desert is just really going to hurt. And only having a fighter sword is just not the best way of doing this. Jesse deciding he wants to go with bomb strats. Not the worst thing in the world. Alright, nice fight there by Jesse. Grabbing the green pendant. Probably going to be heading back over to Saha. Also, we're going to be able to full clear Eastern. Alright, Mike's gonna give us our first look at what Pet is. Oh, that's unfortunate. Magic Badge is holding the compass for Turtle Rock. And the Fire Rod is on Armos Knights. Still doesn't help Jesse in the long run without that mirror to go get boots, to go get Ice Rod or mitts, but the Fire Rod is still very nice. And a small key to pod. Come on, Jesse, just go south. And at Spike Cave we have a burrito. To answer the question in chat, yes, we are just looking for the Thieves Town Big Key, if I'm not mistaken. Mike's gonna follow that big key from for Swamp that he got in Eastern. And a small key to Meyer. That might put it into Mike's head that Meyer is one of the last things he can do with what he currently has. And down goes Moth for Jesse. And just a little bit of love. He's gonna find his bow. Unfortunately, Jesse's still not going to go grab that mirror, but is going to go over to pedestal. We'll be highly disappointed when they find out it's just couch cash. Jesse heading over to Catfish. This will be the first time we are seeing this chick. Oh, I apologize. Thank you, Malmo, for letting me know. Oh, okay. And there's the big key to Thieves Town. So unfortunately, I don't think that means Mike's going to go and finish Eastern, which means he won't find the Fire Rod relatively quickly. Probably we'll head over to Thieves Town, finish that first. Yeah, it's completely understandable. You don't know what's back there. You think it's just one check in Eastern. Eastern's a pendant. There's no need to do it. So it's not a completely outlandish play. He did Eastern. He just didn't finish Eastern because he had no bow. Which is why it makes him completely understandable. One item in a pendant dungeon. At an hour and 32 minutes in, Jesse's finally about to get a second sword. Mike finding another small key to Skull Woods. If you're Jesse by this point, you have to probably start asking yourself, man, how deep is the mirror in this logic? I'm finding all these other things, but I just can't find that one that I really need. There's Quake, there's the front of TR. And if I'm Mike, I 100% believe that that first check in Turtle Rock has the fire rod. Oh, here we go. Will we see angry bombs? No. Silver arrows on blind. To answer this question, chat, no. They both have the same glove that they got from the big chest in Hera. Nice little quick fight there on Armos Knights. And Mike just grabbing the fire rod and saying, yeah, I'm good. Does he getting that Slonky Desert? And the small key to pod. Ooh. Mike got 1.0'd. All right, we've got one more boss to go on Mike's side. Argus Knights, or sorry, Argus down for Jesse. All right, and Trinex goes down, so we are on our way to GT. Mike enters with a 142.22. All right, and Agachu goes down as Mike now makes his way to Ganon. All right, and with that final arrow, Mike just now has to cross the bridge. Jesse finding the mirror shield over on their side. Hit those GGs in chat. And with that, Structural Mike finishes with an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 47 minutes, and 56 seconds. GG. Yes, that is good. Mike's finish does finish him with at 6th place, with Plasma Kappa finishing 1st overall for the Hyrule Guards. Only 2 Hyrule Guards have finished, 4 Ganons Forces have finished. Mike, he skipped a lot of things. I see you in chat. We are joined by Structural Mike. GG's.
GG's.
What a whirlwind of a race this was.
Yeah, was it? What's the whirlwind about it?
You grabbed the mirror within the first, 5 minutes or so. Jesse grabbed it about an hour and 36 minutes in.
Well, yeah, just after getting access, yeah.
So it's been...
Wait, no,
really...
mirror, where was mirror?
Bombable Hut.
No, what?
Yeah. In hour and 36 minutes, Jesse skipped mirror.
Oh, no, yeah, the hookshot was insane. Oh, that's even worse, man. Jesse, what?
It's been a race. It's been an uphill battle for a while. We really thought that hammer was probably going to slow you down, because you skipped it initially, and then Jesse grabbed it.
Yeah. I figured that once I found that there, I was like, well, unless something amazing is in hammer pegs, it's probably fine. Because that's the only thing I sort of skipped with the hammer in my loop. And there was nothing in hammer pegs, so it was fine.
There was a small key, but it was a useless small key.
It was a Podger's mod key, yeah.
It was
How do you like that in logic bow in Meyer that I got with my Swamp Palace big chest small key?
Oh, it was fantastic. It was Mario was in there. French Vanilla Big Key was in there.
Oh, was it? I'm
Yeah.
so happy I skipped left side. I didn't want to go into Mire for the longest time because 2 items in Pendant Mire, I wasn't very thrilled about it. So I want at least a small key before I go into Mire. Like you just lose half a minute in Mire if you don't have a small key. So, but you also lose more if you're chasing that small key for 10 minutes, I guess. So, shame on me.
How'd you like that fire rod on Armos Knights?
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I thought about doing it before Thieves Town, but like, nah, I'll come back. Compass chest in TR would have been that would have just been dumb. Like, ain't nobody got time for that.
You also had sword advantage for the majority of this race. Jesse's been running with a fighter sword pretty much the entire game.
Yeah, you skip mirror, you skip swamp, and even if you do swamp, you might skip left side swamp, which had the desert small for sword in the desert, and yeah, bad times ahead. Yeah, but if you just don't get the mirror in Boo, yeah, it's hard to come back from that. That's tragic. I understand why you skip it though. Like you don't have bombs early. You're like, I'm coming back later with mirror.
Yeah, it's a very understandable skip.
You know, and then unless it's mirror, it's fine. But you do have flute, so it wouldn't have been, you know, that time consuming to just flute over to Vu and grab that. Which I guess he ended up doing at some point. But by then, you're not gonna rush Smith Chain when you get that mirror. So, did we find it?
No? No, you guys actually grabbed the exact same gloves.
Yeah, there was only one left. Yeah.
Jesse did do the front of Turtle Rock, so that's where he found the mirror shield at.
Beautiful.
What do you think of the Moon Pearl in Pot Prison of Skullwoods?
I thought nothing of it. Did I think something about it?
No, I just with having the world open a little bit more with the flute, I wasn't sure if maybe it being that early kind of made a judgment call or anything. Just because you could have gone, which you eventually did, just Mire Shed over to Pod area. Because I feel like in a normal inverted, that's just a standard something you would see, but in something where you have a lot more of the inverted world available to you.
Yeah, no, I didn't think about it too much. What usually happens when you're starting flute in this mode with key sanity is like you just praying for bombs anywhere, and then you give up and go to Skull. And yeah, that's that story. You also need money at some point because you end up finding pod smalls and like no money. It's like, how do I get to pod? How do I get to pod? How do I get to pod? And then you just hope for money, so you don't have to, farm bushes for money, so you can do the arrow game. We didn't have to do that today. I did chuckle a little bit at the mandatory chain for getting ag access with the bombos in CT and the second CT in ice. And, yeah, that was good. Did anyone go right side ice after that? Try to sequence break the hook shot side?
Not that I've seen.
No. You like Influkeys?
I love any inverted mode. I'm a big fan of Anti-Vrosia.
Okay. You're the only fan of Anti-Vrosia. Got it. Well, glad to have you.
It's a mode I don't think we'll ever see restreamed, but if we do, I'll be there. Alright, Jesse about ready to bomb the floor in the top of Thieves Town. I'm not sure what they're particularly looking for at this point in regards to items.
Nothing, I guess. Except, you know, the boss.
Well, he opened the chest is the only...
Oh, he doesn't have silvers, that's why.
Okay.
He's gonna get silvers here on the boss.
Jesse also blindly checked Ped. So right as we were sitting here talking about it on our side, you were reading the pedestal, and then Jesse had just finished up in Eastern Palace and was gonna go check Ped shortly thereafter.
Hmm. Yeah, and you said Meyer Big was in Meyer?
Yes.
Nice. Good skip. I might have been... I don't know if I would have done Viti if I found it. I want to say no. But I would have been slightly more inclined with a big key on the left side. So... Key logic, am I right?
Yeah, Malmo had even made a comment about that you were following key logic in your trip to Meyer.
Yeah. Because with a small key, you have 4 keys, 4 chests in logic. So it makes sense to hold out. And as I said, if you don't have a small key, you lose half a minute by suboptimal routing, and it double feels bad. So yeah, Meyer got the juice, as they say. I just figured out that you need to go into the light world to get to the Trinex. Well, you don't need to, but... Well, I guess he needs to. He doesn't have Quake. That's true. Hmm. Well, I gotta leave, actually. Thanks for inviting me. Thanks for
GG's again.
I would normally I'd wait for Jesse, but I am sleepy.
Understandable.
GG's to Jesse when he gets there. Fun race, sure. I always love a good working from home race. So everyone tune in 2 hours for the next one, if there is a race stream. I don't know about that, but
It looks like there is one set, but there's no commentators and no trackers last time I saw.
well, what are you doing in Twitch chat? Twitch chat, go and sign up to get the second race restreamed. It's Saturday. Don't be lazy. But yeah, thanks again, friends. Have a good one.
You too. Alright, and down goes Trinex for Jesse. Shouldn't be too much longer here before we see a finish on Jesse's side.
Hello, it's me. You're...
All right, thank you, Mamo, for taking over for me. I do have to get going, so I hope you guys enjoy listening to Mamo's lovely voice for the rest of this restream.
One. A pretty normal energy gauntlet. Oh, it's hit. Like I said, a very normal energy gauntlet. Oh, that's the RNG where you want to shoot. You want to hold down right and shoot a silver arrow to get the first Zazak. Even a normal arrow would hit him downward, making you kill him on the dash down. Yeah, on this equipment you want to use the lamp in this room so that you don't have to refill your magic at the top of the tower. Jesse will be needing one key. Mike had one more going in and got to skip one of the keys upstairs. So, going for the spike strat to get the mini helmet key. Very few people actually know the optimal strat, because it doesn't save that much time and energy, and most people don't go for it. Looks like we're going for the magic anyway. No fluff, only go. It's only a sword left. I don't think anything else could really help. We'll never find out where the mids were, because they're probably just in Ganon's tower, given how much of the game we saw. In fact, I reckon we saw everything that them could have the mids. Oh, that's so close. Just slashing the wrong way, missing a cycle in Aga 2. Little frustration slash there. Yeah, he doesn't. I'm pretty sure he doesn't even have the cape. He saw it on the desert ledge, or the desert torch, and I don't think he got it. Maybe I'm wrong. I did see him go back in for the key to get the sword and the big key of Skull, but I don't think he got the cape. So he couldn't have used the cape strats. Oh, that little early slash there. Something happened and he didn't get the slash on time. And ran into Ganon and lost the 1-on-1. It's hard to stay focused when you've had such a long slog of a seed. Missing boots, missing mirror. Ooh, nice, like, not getting hit by the fire though. That was pretty cool. Oh, was that 12? It was 12, nice. That's a hard RNG to get the 2-in-1 on without the cape. So nice job there. Really good setup for a double. If you can get Torch Glitch here, ooh, not quite. It would have been a really good opportunity to freeze Ganon in the middle of the room. We'll have to take a couple extra cycles to get the last silver hit in. But doesn't have to light the torch again, and we'll be finishing it out. Remember that in this fight, every finish counts. No matter how badly you do in the race, if you finish, you win points for your team. Don't forget this. Even if you think it's all hopeless, you do pull in for 17th place for Hyrule Guard. Looked like a good showing for Ganons Forces in this one, but sometimes the reinforcements pull it in, so you never know. Still have a few people finishing this one out as well.
Such a pleasure. Remember when you tried?
And we are joined by Jesse. GG.
Sorry, GG. Whew.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, we all have the same question, right? Did you forget the mirror, or did you know that you skipped Sea House or Bombable Hut and chose to just ignore it until you had to get it?
I forgot it existed.
Ah.
You know, when you try for your bombs, you're 50-50 and in CAC or in VU, and then it doesn't show up, and then that flute, it makes this mode so much harder sometimes. Like, if one thing goes wrong, it's one of those, like, you feel great having a starting flute, and then something like that happens, and then it just cascades. Because everything else, like, if I had that, everything else goes so much nicer.
Yeah, well, I was commenting too that when we saw the mirror really early and thought, well, you know, mirror usually means spicy pearl, and then we saw the pearl. The mirror turned out to have nothing to do with Light World access at all, which is really bad for you, because all we really needed was the mirror to just lock the pearl or lock the glove or something, and it didn't.
Nope.
And the game just strung you along for the whole seed. I mean, it was nice that you got the cane and the fire rod, but by the time you got those, Mike had such a strong movement advantage from having boots and mirror that it didn't matter. He was getting them too. And
Yeah,
those were just leading you astray.
Every time it was, you know, I have to save and quit to do something, and I was just like, there's nothing, like, I was typing in my chat the whole time. I was like, the seed's garbage, it's crummy, it's everything under the sun. I was really, I almost wanted just to have my microphone so I could have just, like, cursed out the seed the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And then you find the mirror and you're like, oh, the seed wasn't bad, I'm just an idiot.
That's worse. Yeah, you want to see it was like, if it's bad for you, you want it to be bad for everyone. And then you start seeing those finishes come in, and you're like, well, what did I miss?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, last week we had the seed where it was very clearly free until it was kind of the opposite. Is like, if you didn't get the Hera big chest when you were there, you just last location that item. So you think it's a free seed, but it's actually terrible. On this one, you think it's a terrible seed, but it's actually free. Well, not exactly free.
The thing is that last week's Influkeys, I finished first.
You finished first. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
GG.
So, you know, I felt so great going into this one. I was like, Influkeys has been fun for me, and then today happened.
Yeah. Do you normally not run with a map tracker? Is that
I don't.
How did you figure out that you were missing that particular chest? Did you plug one in, or did you just kind of like remember or dive?
What happened was that when I was in pod, I was like, I know that I should need a fourth key for this. And as soon as I checked all the four stuff and nothing was there, I started racking my brain. I was like, what's a mistake that I would make here? And I did consider it. Like, I have the tracker. Sometimes I'll switch back to enabling the map. I use Emo Tracker all the time, and I disable the map.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I don't run
Like,
with them. I don't think it's as fun when you have a map open, but if I get stuck like that, I will like open the
yeah, and I've
map.
done that on occasion. Like, I've gotten to the late part of a seed or like a question mark in my head. The other day I was running one on ladder, and I got to a point where it's like, I think I know that the fourth, like, there was something 4 key locked in pod, and I only had 3, and I was like, okay, I think logically the fourth key has to be in this chest. And I was like, but let me open the map tracker just in case. And I turn it on, there's nothing. So I'm like, okay, I didn't miss something. My guess or my assertion on the logic's correct. Today it was like, I just realized, oh wait, did you check this? And I did it earlier in the seed, because I was like, did you go back for chest game after you finally got money?
I saw you get chess game, and then I saw you walk past Seed House, and like I must have missed you getting the mirror, so I just tracked your mirror. And
Yeah, I had
you
done.
were displayed as having the
seed.
mirror.
It was the brewery that was the problem.
Yeah, until somebody noticed that you saved and quit to the dark world out of the light world, and then I remembered that you also death warped in Hyrule Castle. By the way, Hyrule Castle looked like it was going to be a turning point because Mike stole the key, missed the hammer on his first trip.
Yeah, I
And-
felt pretty good about it. I was like, okay, I got this. Hyrule Castle Small's going to show up.
I thought it was a really good route, and even with the hammer being there, it still worked in his favor because it put him at the top of the world where he got the hook shot and had a really smooth route through the light world. I think I'm sure you have an Aga seed. I think it's probably the best way to do that. But if you don't have the mirror, it's harder to like steal the key and death warp. So it kind of doesn't work as well for you as it does for him. And it was nice that you had hammer, but it didn't matter because the hammer wasn't used for anything until after he got it.
Yeah, it was, every step of the way the seed just was saying, I don't know.
Yeah, I was saying you should have got your mirror. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't throw you any bones like, oh, here's a consolation prize. It's just, here's more things you can do that aren't the mirror.
Yeah.
And that's worse. But hopefully, you can bring it back maybe in cross keys later.
That's the goal. I'm planning to do the cross keys today, so.
Yeah. And thank you for finishing. The guard needs even if you're last locationing, your points count, and you never know when reinforcements will be the difference maker. We've
seen it enough in this war that a reinforcement score wins a race. So
this one looks like it's in GF favor, but just because so many of the top finishers are GF, but you never know.
I said it in my chat as well. I was like, I've been riding a high of like just winning and winning and winning and performing well for a while, that I knew I was due for like a catastrophic tragedy of a seed.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna happen when
I'll take this. I'll take today as the catastrophic like failure seed, and then I'll just bounce back and feel good again. I've got tournaments that are a tournament or two I'm in, and ladder, and if I'm winning there and I lose here on a restream once in a while, like, sure, let me embarrass myself once in a while. I'm human.
Made it interesting at least because you had you were giving us a lot of views of places that Mike hadn't gone yet because you were forced into these weird locations like Eastern and Mire. Surprisingly, your collection rate is not that different from his. I wonder how
all
that
of GT.
happened. You didn't do GT. Nobody does GT, right? Because you get go mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you just go to GT. He did
trying to think if there would have been anything else.
More of Thieves, I guess.
Habit.
He did more of Pod. Because you went to Pod with like... Oh, no. You did all that out of logic stuff earlier. Yeah, I'm not sure. But anyway, that's the race today. I'm checking on the...
I was going to say, yeah, Mike's got part of it. 3 checks in Mire. Technically, Vidi and left side never came into logic, and like I kind of played it aggressive because I was running out of stuff. And then
Oh,
getting the Meyer Big being 3 key locked, I was kind of like, well, this is terrible, but I'm going to do it anyway.
I'm thinking of it backwards. Because you were missing such a crucial item, you didn't have access to a lot of the locations Mike had. So he actually did more of the game. Even though you were like full clearing stuff, you were full clearing stuff missing access to a lot of the stuff Mike could do. So that
Yeah,
evens
true,
out.
that too.
We do have every finisher now. So the race is over. Looks like, I'm not going to quite call it, but it does look like it might be in Ganon's Forces' favor. So if you are on Hyrule Guard and you want to join the Cross Keys race later, I strongly encourage it. Not that I don't encourage the Ganon Forces to join, but, you know, they already have basically won every entrance race. We need all the help we can get.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is a win in POD would be huge today.
Yes, this is a very
'cause that-
strategic location
Yeah.
that we have been having trouble breaching because
Yeah,
the Cross
can-
Keys advantage that apparently Ganon's Forces have
Ganon's
is
Forces
strong.
Ganon's Forces, if you look at the runners, I would say is entrance specialists.
Mhm.
Very highly entrance specialists on that team. Some of the best entrance players that joined the war, and we're showing up for races that matter, but we have to push through here to get to the pyramid.
We do. Yeah, if we don't push through, then the Ganon's Forces are likely to win on a points victory. I don't think they can actually breach us at this point, but they're ahead in points, and if they don't, if we don't breach them in 10 weeks, I think we use points as a tiebreaker, and they are ahead in points. So everything, every point counts as well. So if you are a reinforcement and you know that you're going to last location in Cross Keys, if you can finish, it still matters.
Yeah.
I'll see you there.
We actually saw that. I will say there was a race a week or two ago. I think the one forfeit, or like one of the only forfeits for Ganon's Forces, was enough for us to pass them in that race.
Yeah. Oh, that's gotta feel bad.
We won by
Sometimes
like a
I
point
wonder
and a
if
half.
my joining as a tracker was the thing that cost us this race. Maybe if some Ganon Forces want to join the crew for the next race to give us a little bit of a chance, that would be super nice. And also till we can actually watch the race, we do need the crew to have the restreams. That's a good time to thank my commentator for the most of the race, Furious Prince. I always want to say Furious Magic. It's a different person. Furious Prince, who did most of the commentary for this race, and our runners, Structural Mike and Radical Sniper 99.
Thank you. Thanks, Malmo. Appreciate you filling in the comm and the tracking for the rest of it.